What's up, guys? I know my hair is amazing, right? I need a haircut. I need to trim my beard. I look like I don't know, a woodsman. Look like I live in the woods or homeless guy. I don't know, whatever. Nothing wrong with either one of those things. On the last episode, we worked on the hood. I think that's what we worked on. It's been a while since I posted on YouTube or even Facebook, really. Yeah, the weather, just the mood in general. The fact that YouTube doesn't promote my videos for some reason kind of makes me not want to, you know? Sorry, I know you guys kind of just leaving you hanging out there, but the last video we did on this didn't even break 100 views. Videos we did on this last year went to 1,000 views, but the last one I did didn't even go to 100. And before that, I loaded up a Nissan Altima and drove all the way to Florida to race with arguably the largest automotive YouTuber there is. And that video didn't even break 1,000 views. Yeah. So, not sure what's going on exactly with YouTube. From what I can tell, it kind of started happening right about the time they integrated the AI. I started noticing I had AI in the analytics tab. Right about that time. But it was also right about the same time I started talking about Jesus. So, I don't know. They don't like something about my channel. Not sure what it is. Because there's other people that went to the Freedom Factory that don't have hardly any subscribers and did zero editing, just threw up GoPro footage from the event and got thousands of views. So I've been doing this for years. I have no idea how the algorithm works. I don't know. So if you're watching this, like, subscribe. If you're a Batman fanatic and you think it's cool, go share it on the Batman forums or Facebook groups or that stuff. Show people I'm building a Batmobile. I call it Nightwing, but whatever. Anyways, I mean, if for some reason YouTube starts, actually promoting my stuff, I mean, I've been doing this for years and they've been advertising on my stuff for years. Like, yeah, hard work, Anyways, after the hood, I moved to the doors. I had my buddy over at Blum Brother Customs bend me up a quick rocker panel here. You can see I got that welded on. I know it doesn't go all the way back. That's because we have to bring this quarter panel in to it. So once we add the piece on the bottom of here to match that height and come into this, it will cover that. It'll be all part of this door. But you can see I started building the skeleton here for this door. Yes, right now the door is welded shut because I'm, bringing these body lines down into the car. So, oh, sorry. Oh, that was gross. I'll come back with a grinder afterward, cutting wheel, and nip this body line so that the door can open and close, obviously. Now, I wanted a definitive body line here. So I took some steel strapping and plug welded it on here so that we have a nice clean line at the front of this body panel down. I don't know. To me, it made more sense because I'm going to have to put, obviously, some Bondo and body filler on here, especially this door because there's a big dent right here that you probably can't even tell. So here's your body line, and then there's a weird dent like they hit a mailbox or something. I don't know. It's kind of very light, but there's a crease there. So there's going to be some filler in here. And there's some filler down here, obviously, because I got that patch panel down there. And I didn't want, trying to create a line with the filler. Straight line, it's going to be kind of tough. So we got a nice definitive line here for this body panel coming into the door. I put a piece of cord around here on this body line. One for strength so that panel's not super flexible, but also because, well, it's going to help define that body line. My original thought was to make this all in one piece, but after doing this body strap here, or this piece of strapping on the body here, I realized that that's going to be extremely hard. I don't have an English wheel or any fancy stuff to try to create a complex panel like that with a body line in the middle of it. And yeah, it was going to be a pain. So I think we're going to make this in two pieces. The top door piece come to this body line that I just created with this piece of round stock. And then we'll do the piece on the bottom down to the bottom of the door. I still obviously have to create this down here. And I'm now realizing that's going to be a problem because the back of this door is rusted and bent. I obviously hit it with something. That's going to be a problem that I did not anticipate. Just realizing now. So, yeah, good times. Pretty awesome. Nope. We just found some issues. But we have to, we got to do something here and I'm going to have to cut an oval of some sort so that we can actually open and close the door. We need to be able to get to this handle as small and subtle as possible. We've got to create an opening here so that I can reach in here. Now, this panel, the height of this door handle to here is pretty close. So I should be able to clear the door handle. I did grind a little bit off, but we should be able to clear the door handle with this panel and keep the stock handle and everything right here. I'll just cut a small oval just underneath the handle itself so that I can get my hand in there like this and be able to push the button, you know, without it being too wildly obvious, you know. I mean, obviously it's going to be obvious, but we're not going to put a huge hole there or some crazy stuff. I did think about moving the handle out on the panel, but let's hide it. Let's hide the handle, you know, behind it. Right? Easy. Sure. Why not? So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. We've got this in here. I'm going to try to make this panel right here. We're going to try to fill this panel in with a piece of sheet metal and make it so we can open and close this door. And then we will work our way down the door. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if you're entertained or not. Like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff that is so very important to the existence of this channel. All right. Keep moving forward. Look at that. So as you can see, I'm using the cord around here to make a skeleton, basically, and then I put the sheet metal over it. So we framed in. I added this patch. I don't think I time-lapsed this piece here. There is a body line here that was here. I cut it off. So there's a little body line there. And then really bad patchwork that somebody put a quarter panel patch in here. But we'll address that with Bondo because that's what was in there before. And yeah, there's not much we're going to do about that. But for a different time. So I added this little extension here, this quarter extension down. I obviously have to trim the wheel well back here still. But I got the front part of it in so that we could continue here. All right. So as you see, a piece of quarter round coming off the back corner of this door. There is still a substantial piece of metal there on the corner. I know there's a rot hole here, but the actual edge is still pretty good. So we welded to it. Obviously, this panel doesn't really matter. It's behind the new panel we're putting on. I know it's not the most professional way to do things, but it's more art, right? I mean, it's not. Nobody's ever going to see that. We're going to box it in back here and in here like it's never going to get seen again. It's going away. And I'll rebuild behind here, you know, after I can get the door open and actually work on it. So we got a pretty decent body line here. Got a little gap right here. Just we'll have to, I don't know, we'll have to add something there probably to fill that because the line went in for some reason. Probably this quarter panel's tipped or twisted a little bit, so this line isn't perfect. But I mean, come on, that gap ain't bad for considering how much work I did to this quarter panel, moving it out and up. That ain't bad. That ain't bad, all right? So off camera, you didn't see me take this piece of rod and I put it in the vise and just slowly worked it into a curve so that it would match the curve of this panel. So we got a nice body line here that matches curve. This body line here continues into this rod down the front here, matching up to this body line here. So we got that. When this panel goes on, you'll see an obvious body line there. So I got to make this piece and I got to make this filler piece here. But this was the part I was worried about most, because if I don't have the angles right here, this will catch, right? Like if I had this angle going up and this one going up, when I went to open the door, it would hit on these pieces. So at the end of that time lapse, you saw me, but I'm going to do it again right now. I still got to work on this opening a little bit. It's pretty tight. And I think I'm going to put an extension on this button that sticks out. Something. I'll make something to stick out here so that I don't have to put my thumb all the way in. I can push out here. It'll just make it easier. Needs a little grease. But as you can see, we got clearance. No rubbage. It's hitting the pin. So, but watch. Boom shakalaka. So, we're in business there. I got to clean up the welds here, obviously, but we still got to make some panels here. But we are getting somewhere. I got to make the you probably can't even see that on the camera. I got to make the lower rear fender extension to go around the exhaust up there. Let me see what you can see. What can you see? You can kind of see it. Let me move the camera just a little bit. All right, there. So up there is where I'm talking about. Up here, I got to make this fender extension coming down. The back of it will just barely cover the exhaust on this side, and then it'll go down to the same height as this. So we'll get that down, and then there's no transition here. It's just like a grill filler panel for there. So that's down the road. We got to finish this transition from the quarter panel into the door. That's a big piece, and it makes it's going to make a huge difference, I think, in the flow down the side of the car. It's pretty cool. I'm digging it. It's looking pretty good. I really wish I could get far enough away. My shop is not big enough. With the lift in the way, it's hard to like really show, you know, the profile of the car now that we've got all the panels on it. Plus the different colors back here. It's really making it hard to really get a good look at it. But we got that lower quarter on. I put the fender extension on the back of this front fender, cut around the exhaust there, like basically a ground effect in a sense. But that made a big difference. That made a really big difference in what the what it looks like. It's been a long time coming to get to this point. I really wish my lift wasn't in the way. It makes it really hard. Man, look at that thing. I kick that cardboard off the windshield so we can actually see the car. Get out of here. Just fall over there. I'm gonna have to clean this mess up later, but the problem is I gotta come over here and do this whole side still. It's a ton of work. Fitting and cutting and fitting and grinding and cutting and fitting. It takes time. It's starting to look like something. It's so hard to get like a good angle on it. So like from this angle, it looks like the front of the car is really huge and the back is small, but the back is actually wider than the front. It just doesn't look like it with that filler panel and just, I don't know, the way it is right now. On camera anyways, it doesn't look like it. But it's, whoo, man, look at that thing. Holy cow. That's so sick. Oh, I gotta get moving on the other side of the car. I still gotta do the exhaust, this bottom exhaust part on the other side of the car before I can even, put the rocker and stuff on and start moving that direction. So I think that's the next step, is to get over to the other side of the car and really start moving down that side so that we can get to this point on the other side, and then we can come back into some detail stuff. We still got to get around the back side here where that box is in there from the air compressor. You can see when I lift the camera up that it's not filled in back there. There's a fuel cell over here with a bunch of stuff piled on it. That's got to go back there. And then we can start, once I get the fuel cell in there, then I can start figuring out what we're going to do for the back window area. This all gets filled in here, but I wanted to figure out the tail light setup stuff while I can still access this really easily. Get my hands all the way around it. I need to make a bracket to mount a tail light and then make a lens. There's a lot going on in the corners here. And then I can fill in this, we can get the filler panel in here. This rear window is going to be a little bit of an issue because it's just rusty and kind of rotted out. You can see it over there. It's kind of the same over here. It's a mess. So there is no back to the car, movie car, but we got to close this in somehow. So I think I'm going to grab a metal 55-gallon drum and go from the wheel well straight across to the wheel well. I'll cut the drum in half and fit it in here to kind of build a wall there, and then we'll come up off the drum straight up, probably up into here someplace with a wall to create a separation from the cabin to the exterior of the car. And then I'll just put a piece of plexiglass in there so we have a window to look out the back. That's going to be a whole process in itself with all these tubes and stuff going in here. But the fuel cell is going to go right here. Obviously, I got to space it up enough so that the suspension's not an issue. But that'll be right back here. I'm going to have to build a cage and stuff to mount that in and figure out the whole fuel lines and fuel pump and all that stuff back here. And we still got a bunch of floor work to do in there. You can see where I cut, plus there's rust in the floor that we have to repair up front. So there's a lot of interior and rear work that's going to have to happen still. But I still got to make this filler panel here. But I mean, we got the basic shape. It's there. Side of the car has all its pieces for the most part, other than that filler panel behind the back of the front fender. That thing's crazy looking. We're going to have to lower the front for sure. Just by the way it's sitting, I don't know if I'm going to have to cut a loop out of the spring or put a 2-inch drop spindle in it, but the front's too high for my liking. I think the front's got to come down, but that'll be one of the last things we do after it's all the way together and I get it sitting on the floor and bounce it and make sure the suspension's all settled in. Then I can make that decision of what I want to do up there, if I want to lower it or not. Looking at the camera, it really doesn't look that bad, but when you're standing here looking at it, it definitely looks like it's too high. So got a lot of paint removal to do. Got to get that exhaust fabbed up for the other side so I can do this body work to the other side. But that looks pretty dang good if I do say so myself. All right. Well, until next time, keep it creative and happy building.